Artificial intelligence. It's a term that evokes a mixture of excitement and apprehension. On one hand, we see the potential for AI to revolutionize industries, solve complex problems, and even improve our daily lives. On the other hand, a creeping fear lingers. What if this powerful technology diminishes our ability to think for ourselves? Headlines blare warnings about AI making us intellectually lazy, replacing our need to engage in critical thought. But is this fear entirely justified? While it's crucial to approach any powerful technology with caution, it's equally important to ground our concerns in a balanced perspective. Instead, we'll explore how AI, if harnessed thoughtfully, has the potential to be its unlikely ally. Before we delve into the potential impact of AI, it's essential to establish a shared understanding of what we mean by critical thinking. At its core, critical thinking is about engaging with information actively, not passively. It's about moving beyond simply absorbing facts and figures, and instead questioning, analyzing, and evaluating the information we encounter. A critical thinker doesn't accept information at face value. They dig deeper, seeking out multiple perspectives, identifying biases, and evaluating the credibility of sources. Critical thinking is a skill, not an innate ability. And like any skill, it requires practice, cultivation, and the right conditions to flourish. Let's face it, modern life often feels like a race against the clock. Our days are filled to the brim with obligations, commitments, and a never-ending to-do list. In this whirlwind of activity, critical thinking often falls by the wayside. Deep thought requires time and space, the mental freedom to wander down different paths, to explore ideas without the pressure of immediate answers. But when our schedules are crammed with back-to-back appointments, and our minds are consumed by a constant stream of notifications and updates, carving out such space becomes a monumental challenge. The irony is that while technology has undoubtedly made our lives easier in many ways, it has also contributed to this sense of time scarcity. Now, imagine a world where AI takes on the burden of these mundane, time-consuming tasks. Imagine AI assistants scheduling our meetings, filtering our emails, and even generating reports, freeing us from the tyranny of the trivial. As AI takes over these routine tasks, it has the potential to free up significant amounts of our time and mental energy. This liberation from the mundane could be the key to unlocking a renaissance in critical thinking. By taking over the mundane, AI can create space for the extraordinary, for the kind of deep, critical thinking that is essential for solving complex problems, fostering innovation, and building a better future. We live in an age of unprecedented information abundance. Every day, we are bombarded with a torrent of data from a multitude of sources: news websites, social media feeds, email inboxes, podcasts, videos, and more. This constant influx of information can feel like drinking from a fire hose, leaving us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and struggling to keep up. The sheer volume of information we encounter each day makes it nearly impossible to engage with it all deeply. This constant exposure to a superficial stream of information leaves us feeling mentally exhausted, our attention spans fragmented, and our capacity for critical thinking diminished. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, multitasking has become a badge of honor, a testament to our ability to juggle multiple demands simultaneously. However, this relentless pursuit of efficiency comes at a steep cognitive cost. Our brains are not wired for true multitasking. While we can switch our attention rapidly between tasks, we cannot effectively focus on two cognitively demanding tasks simultaneously. This illusion of efficiency comes at the expense of deep, focused thinking. Critical thinking requires sustained attention, the ability to block out distractions, and delve deeply into a single topic. In the digital age, our attention has become a commodity, fiercely contested by tech companies vying for our eyeballs, our clicks, and our engagement. Social media platforms, news websites, and app developers are locked in a relentless battle for our attention, deploying increasingly sophisticated algorithms and persuasive design techniques to keep us glued to our screens. Notifications beckon us with every ping, buzz, and vibration, promising a dopamine hit of social validation or a fleeting sense of urgency. This constant bombardment of stimuli has a profound impact on our cognitive processes. Our brains become wired to seek out novelty and instant gratification, making it increasingly difficult to focus on tasks that require sustained attention and deep thought. The internet has democratized information access in unprecedented ways, connecting us to a vast and diverse global network of knowledge and perspectives. However, this same interconnectedness has also given rise to a phenomenon that poses a significant challenge to critical thinking: the filter bubble. Filter bubbles are online environments where we are primarily exposed to information that confirms our existing beliefs and biases. Social media algorithms, search engine results, and personalized news feeds work in concert to curate a tailored online experience, filtering out dissenting voices and reinforcing our pre-existing worldview. To break free from these filter bubbles, we must actively seek out diverse perspectives, challenge our own biases, and engage in respectful dialogue with those who hold different views. Imagine a world where the drudgery of daily tasks no longer consumes our precious time and mental energy. Picture a day where instead of sifting through endless emails, scheduling meetings, and generating reports, you could delegate these mundane tasks to an AI assistant, freeing up your cognitive resources for more meaningful pursuits. The beauty of automation lies in its ability to handle repetitive, time-consuming tasks with speed and efficiency, far surpassing human capabilities. By offloading these routine tasks to AI, we free up our cognitive bandwidth for higher-level thinking, for the kind of deep, focused work that requires creativity, critical analysis, and complex problem-solving. This is the promise of automation, not to replace human ingenuity, but to amplify it, freeing us to reach our full intellectual potential. From data overload to data empowerment, AI as our cognitive assistant, we are drowning in data. Every click, every search, every interaction with the digital world generates a torrent of information that threatens to overwhelm our cognitive capacities. But what if, instead of being slaves to this data deluge, we could harness its power, transforming it from a source of stress into a wellspring of insight? This is where AI steps in as our cognitive assistant, helping us navigate the complexities of the information age. AI algorithms excel at finding patterns in vast data sets, identifying connections and anomalies that would escape even the most astute human observer. Imagine, for example, an AI assistant that could analyze your reading habits, social media interactions, and online searches to curate a personalized newsfeed, filtering out the noise and presenting you with only the most relevant and thought-provoking content. AI can also help us overcome our cognitive biases, those mental shortcuts that can lead us astray in our thinking. Confirmation bias, for instance, is our tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, while ignoring evidence that contradicts them. AI algorithms, however, are not bound by such biases. They can present us with a wider range of perspectives, challenging our assumptions and helping us develop more nuanced and well-rounded viewpoints. In this way, AI can serve as a powerful tool for critical thinking, not by doing the thinking for us, but by providing us with the information and insights we need to think more effectively. It can help us make sense of the overwhelming complexity of the world around us, empowering us to make more informed decisions in all aspects of our lives. The gift of time. Reclaiming our schedule for deep thought. Time. It's our most precious resource, yet it often feels like the one we have the least control over. Our days are filled with a relentless stream of demands: work, family, social obligations, errands, and the constant pull of the digital world. In the midst of this busyness, it's no wonder that deep, focused thinking often falls by the wayside. But what if AI could give us the gift of time, freeing us from the tyranny of our schedules, and creating space for the kind of thinking that truly matters? Imagine a world where AI takes care of the mundane tasks that currently consume our days: scheduling appointments, booking travel, managing finances, even responding to routine emails. Imagine the mental load lifted, the stress reduced, the hours reclaimed. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about reclaiming our most precious resource, our time and attention, and using it to live more intentional, and fulfilling lives. With this newfound time, we can engage in activities that foster deep thinking and personal growth. We can finally make time for that book we've been meaning to read, delve into a new subject that piques our curiosity, or simply allow our minds to wander and make new connections. We can engage in meaningful conversations with loved ones, explore creative pursuits, or simply be present in the moment, free from the distractions that so often pull us away from what truly matters. This is the promise of AI, not to create a world of leisure, but a world where we have the time and mental space to engage in the kind of deep, meaningful work that brings us joy, purpose, and a sense of accomplishment. It's about reclaiming our time and using it to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. Cultivating the critical thinking. Muscle AI as a sparring partner for the mind. Just as our bodies require regular exercise to stay fit and healthy, so too do our minds need to be challenged and stretched to maintain their cognitive edge. Critical thinking is not a passive skill. It's like a muscle that needs to be exercised and strengthened through practice and engagement. And while AI can automate many tasks, it can also serve as a valuable training partner, helping us hone our critical thinking skills and reach new levels of intellectual fitness. One way AI can do this is by providing us with personalized learning experiences, tailored to our individual strengths and weaknesses. Imagine an AI tutor that can analyze our learning patterns, identify areas where we excel and struggle, and then customize lesson plans and exercises to target our specific needs. This kind of personalized learning can help us learn more effectively, retain information longer, and develop a deeper understanding of complex concepts. AI can also challenge our thinking by presenting us with diverse perspectives and alternative viewpoints. Imagine an AI debate partner that can argue both sides of an issue with equal eloquence, forcing us to think critically about our own assumptions, identify weaknesses in our arguments, and develop more nuanced and well-reasoned positions. Just as a good workout pushes us to our physical limits, making us stronger and more resilient, so too can engaging with AI in these intellectually stimulating ways help us strengthen our critical thinking muscles, making us more adaptable, more discerning, and more resilient in the face of complex challenges. Beyond efficiency, AI as a catalyst for creativity and innovation. While AI is often lauded for its ability to automate tasks and boost efficiency, its true transformative potential lies in its ability to unlock human creativity and innovation. By freeing us from the constraints of mundane tasks and providing us with new tools and insights, AI can empower us to think in new ways, explore uncharted territories, and bring our most audacious ideas to life. Imagine, for instance, an artist collaborating with an AI that can generate novel art forms, blending styles and techniques in ways never before imagined. Or envision a musician working with an AI composer to create music that transcends the boundaries of genre and tradition. AI can be a powerful tool for artistic exploration, pushing the boundaries of human imagination and inspiring us to create works of breathtaking originality. AI can also accelerate scientific discovery by analyzing vast data sets, identifying patterns and correlations that would escape human observation, and generating hypotheses that can guide further research. Imagine an AI assistant that can sift through millions of scientific papers to identify promising avenues for developing new drugs, materials, or energy sources. This is the true promise of AI, not to replace human creativity, but to amplify it, to serve as a catalyst for innovation and a partner in exploration. By embracing AI as a tool for augmenting our cognitive abilities, we can unlock new realms of possibility, solve complex challenges, and create a future limited only by the bounds of our imagination. The antidote to manipulation is thinking for ourselves in a world of influence. We live in a world awash in information, much of it designed to influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. From targeted advertising that seems to know our desires before we do, to social media algorithms that curate our news feeds, shaping our perceptions of the world, to political campaigns that leverage data analytics to sway public opinion. We are constantly bombarded with messages crafted to nudge us in certain directions. In this environment, critical thinking becomes not just an intellectual exercise, but a vital survival skill. It's the ability to step back from the constant barrage of information, to question its source, its intent, and its potential impact on our beliefs and behaviors. It's about recognizing the subtle ways in which our thoughts and emotions can be manipulated and developing the mental fortitude to resist those influences. Critical thinking empowers us to become discerning consumers of information, to separate fact from fiction, to identify biases and agendas, and to form our own well-informed opinions. It allows us to engage in meaningful dialogue, to respectfully challenge viewpoints that differ from our own, and to contribute to a more informed and nuanced public discourse. In a world where information is often weaponized, critical thinking is our shield and our sword. It protects us from being manipulated by those who seek to exploit our emotions and biases. And it empowers us to become active participants in shaping a more just, equitable, and informed society. Navigating the information maze requires critical thinking as our compass and shield. The Internet has democratized information access in unprecedented ways, providing us with a seemingly limitless library of knowledge at our fingertips. However, this abundance of information comes with a unique set of challenges. It's no longer enough to simply find information. We must also be able to evaluate its credibility, its accuracy, and its relevance to our needs. In this digital landscape, critical thinking serves as our compass and shield, guiding us through the labyrinth of information and protecting us from the pitfalls of misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda. It's the ability to assess the source of information, to consider the author's expertise and potential biases, to cross-reference information with other credible sources, and to be wary of information that confirms our existing beliefs without question. Critical thinking also involves understanding the difference between fact and opinion, recognizing the subtle ways in which language can be used to persuade and manipulate, and being able to identify logical fallacies and emotional appeals that can cloud our judgment. As we navigate the ever-expanding digital world, critical thinking becomes an essential life skill, a mental toolkit that empowers us to make sense of the information overload, to separate truth from falsehood, and to form our own well-informed opinions. It's the key to becoming informed and engaged citizens, capable of making sound judgments, contributing to meaningful dialogue, and navigating the complexities of the digital age with wisdom and discernment. From blind consumption to conscious choice, we discover the power of discernment. In a world saturated with advertising, marketing, and persuasive messaging, it's easy to fall into patterns of blind consumption, accepting products, services, and ideas without questioning their value or their impact on our lives. Critical thinking empowers us to break free from this cycle of passive consumption and to become more conscious and discerning in our choices. It's about asking ourselves questions before we click, buy, or share. What is the source of this information? What is the author's agenda? What are the potential consequences of my actions? It's about considering the ethical implications of our choices, both online and offline, and aligning our actions with our values. This shift from blind consumption to conscious choice has far-reaching implications. It can lead to healthier lifestyles as we become more discerning about the food we eat and the information we consume. It can foster a greater sense of financial well-being as we make more informed decisions about spending and investing. And it can promote a more sustainable future as we consider the environmental and social impact of our consumption habits. Critical thinking empowers us to become active agents in our own lives, to make choices that align with our values, and to create a world that reflects our highest aspirations. It's about moving beyond the allure of instant gratification and embracing the power of thoughtful deliberation, recognizing that our choices have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Building a better future. Critical thinking as a collective responsibility. Critical thinking is not just an individual pursuit. It's a collective responsibility, essential for building a better future for all. When we embrace critical thinking as a society, we create a culture that values reason, evidence, and open-mindedness. We become more resilient to manipulation, more adaptable to change, and more capable of solving complex problems. In a world facing unprecedented challenges, from climate change and economic inequality to political polarization and the rise of artificial intelligence, critical thinking becomes our most valuable tool for navigating uncertainty and creating a more just, sustainable, and equitable future. We need citizens who can critically evaluate information, identify biases, and engage in civil discourse to address these complex issues effectively. We need leaders who can think strategically, weigh evidence objectively, and make sound decisions based on reason and compassion. And we need a generation of young people equipped with the critical thinking skills necessary to navigate the complexities of the 21st century. Fostering a culture of critical thinking requires a collective effort. It begins in our homes, where we encourage children to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to think for themselves. It continues in our schools, where we equip students with the tools and strategies to evaluate information, construct arguments, and solve problems. And it extends to our communities, where we engage in respectful dialogue, challenge echo chambers, and work together to find common ground. Beyond profit, aligning AI with human values and societal well-being. As artificial intelligence continues to advance at an unprecedented pace, it's crucial that we engage in a thoughtful and nuanced conversation about its ethical implications. While AI has the potential to revolutionize industries, solve complex problems, and improve our lives in countless ways, it's essential that we ensure its development and deployment are guided by human values and a commitment to societal well-being. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential for AI to exacerbate existing inequalities. If AI systems are trained on biased data, they risk perpetuating and even amplifying those biases in their decision-making processes. For instance, an AI system used in hiring decisions that is trained on data reflecting historical gender or racial biases could inadvertently discriminate against certain groups of applicants. To mitigate these risks, we need to prioritize fairness, transparency, and accountability in AI development. This means ensuring that AI systems are trained on diverse and representative datasets, that their decision-making processes are transparent and explainable, and that there are mechanisms in place to hold developers and users accountable for any unintended consequences. Furthermore, we need to engage in a broader societal conversation about the values we want to embed in AI systems. Should AI be optimized solely for efficiency and productivity, or should it also take into account factors such as fairness, equity, and human well-being? Should AI systems be designed to replace human jobs, or should they be developed to augment human capabilities, creating new opportunities for collaboration and innovation? These are complex questions with no easy answers, but they are questions we must grapple with as AI becomes an increasingly important part of our lives. The dawn of a new enlightenment, embracing the transformative power of thought. We stand at the cusp of a new era, one shaped by both the immense promise and the potential perils of artificial intelligence. As we navigate this uncharted territory, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the pace of technological change, to succumb to the allure of instant gratification, and to relinquish our cognitive autonomy to algorithms. But this is not our inevitable fate. We have the power to choose a different path, one where we harness the transformative potential of AI while remaining firmly in the driver's seat of our own minds. This is the path of critical thinking, a path that leads to greater awareness, deeper understanding, and more meaningful lives. This is not to say that critical thinking is easy. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions and biases. But the rewards are well worth the effort. When we embrace critical thinking, we unlock our full intellectual potential, becoming more discerning consumers of information, more thoughtful decision makers, and more engaged citizens. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today. By embracing the power of critical thinking, we can navigate the complexities of the AI age with wisdom and discernment, creating a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. This is the dawn of a new enlightenment, an era defined not by the speed of our machines, but by the depth of our thoughts. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence is upon us, and with it, a wave of transformative change that will reshape the very fabric of our world. This is not a distant future scenario. It is the unfolding reality of the 21st century. To navigate this new landscape successfully, we must embrace a spirit of adaptation, recognizing that the skills that served us well in the past may not be sufficient to thrive in the age of AI. The allure of complacency is strong. It's tempting to believe that AI will simply automate away our problems, leaving us free to indulge in lives of leisure and ease. But this is a dangerous illusion. AI, in its current form, is a tool, a powerful one, but a tool nonetheless. Its impact on our lives will be shaped by the choices we make, the values we prioritize, and the skills we cultivate. The rise of AI presents us with a fundamental choice. Will we allow ourselves to become passive consumers of technology, our lives increasingly dictated by algorithms? Or will we seize this opportunity to reclaim our cognitive agency, to become active shapers of our own destinies, and to guide AI's development in a direction that benefits all of humanity? The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated. The choices we make today will determine the course of AI's development, and, with it, the future of our species. We must act with both wisdom and determination, embracing the transformative potential of AI, while remaining vigilant in safeguarding our values, our autonomy, and our shared future. The future we are creating with AI is not a preordained destiny. It's a canvas upon which we have the power to paint our hopes, our dreams, and our aspirations. This is not a time for fear or resignation. It's a time for bold imagination, for embracing the unknown with a spirit of curiosity and a commitment to shaping a future worthy of our humanity. Imagine a world where AI liberates us from the drudgery of mundane tasks, freeing our minds to pursue our passions, to delve into the depths of knowledge, and to tackle the world's most pressing challenges with renewed vigor and creativity. Imagine a world where AI empowers us to connect with one another on a deeper level, fostering empathy, understanding, and collaboration across cultures and continents. This is the future we can create if we embrace AI not as a threat, but as a catalyst for human flourishing. By harnessing AI's power to augment our cognitive abilities, to expand our horizons, and to connect us in more meaningful ways, we can unlock new realms of human potential and create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This future is not a utopia. It will require ongoing effort, vigilance, and a commitment to ethical decision-making. But it is a future worth striving for. A future where technology serves as a tool for empowerment, enlightenment, and the realization of our shared human potential. As we entrust AI with ever greater responsibilities, from driving our cars to diagnosing diseases to making life-altering decisions, we must ensure that its development and deployment are guided by a strong ethical compass. This is not simply a matter of technical prowess. It is a matter of moral imperative, a recognition that AI's impact on our lives will be shaped not just by its capabilities, but by the values we embed within it. We must be wary of the seductive allure of efficiency and optimization, for these metrics alone cannot capture the full complexity of human values and societal well-being. AI systems designed solely to maximize profits or productivity may inadvertently perpetuate existing inequalities, erode privacy, or even undermine democratic principles if left unchecked. The ethical challenges posed by AI are complex and multifaceted, requiring ongoing dialogue, collaboration, and a willingness to grapple with difficult questions. We must ask ourselves, what values do we want to see reflected in AI systems? How can we ensure that AI is used to empower, not exploit, vulnerable populations? What safeguards do we need to put in place to prevent unintended consequences? Answering these questions will require a collective effort, bringing together experts from diverse fields, computer scientists, ethicists, social scientists, policymakers, and citizens, to engage in thoughtful and nuanced conversations about the future we are creating with AI. The stakes are high, but the potential rewards are even greater. By embracing the ethical imperative, we can guide AI's development in a direction that benefits all of humanity, creating a future where technology serves as a force for good in the world. The rise of artificial intelligence presents us with both a profound challenge and an extraordinary opportunity. The challenge lies in harnessing AI's power for good, in ensuring that its development and deployment are guided by wisdom, compassion, and a deep commitment to human values. The opportunity lies in using AI to amplify our own cognitive abilities, to unlock new realms of creativity and innovation, and to create a more just, equitable, and enlightened world. This is not a task for the faint of heart. It requires a renaissance of reason, a resurgence of critical thinking, and a renewed commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. We must resist the allure of complacency, the temptation to relinquish our cognitive agency to algorithms, and the seductive simplicity of black and white thinking. This is a call to action, a summons to embrace the transformative potential of this moment while remaining vigilant in safeguarding our values and our shared future. It's a call to cultivate our critical thinking skills, to engage in respectful dialogue with those who hold different viewpoints, and to demand that AI is developed and deployed in a manner that reflects our highest aspirations. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It's something we create through the choices we make, the actions we take, and the ideas we embrace. Let us choose to embrace the power of thought, to guide AI with wisdom and compassion, and to forge a future worthy of our humanity.